Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
Stupid technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I got it
Our
to work.
dumb. Don't buy a Roadcaster 2. Roadcaster Pro 2. I'm putting them on blast. This is the second time.
Well, the first one was with the first one we bought and we returned it.
Yeah.
So
Now the second one also doesn't work.
it's working right now, but we'll see. Maybe if it turns off, I'll just upload a partial episode.
Why can't we just record like the cavemen people? Like, not cavemen people.
I don't
but-
like, you know what it is? It's laziness. I don't like editing.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be the same? Just
No.
record it to your computer and upload it or whatever? I don't know.
No, and then you got to edit at the beginning and the end, the intros into it. You got to do like
Oh.
all these things.
Well, who cares? People don't need
You know.
intros. You guys don't need intros, right? Like, who cares? Let's just start talking.
No sound effects.
Yeah,
no,
nothing.
Yeah. I mean, yes, you could. You know.
I was just gonna be like, forget it. I'll just make reels to talk about my taste talk. It's fine. We don't need to do this anymore.
Yeah. Well, the problem is we met so many cool people doing it. So it's
We're still here on Instagram.
half the
Find
people don't
us
even use
there.
Instagram. Half of them on Facebook, which I don't go on.
Yeah, we're kind of there too. I'm kind of there.
But anyway, this is episode 215, and Rode's actually a good company. I like them. I don't like anything that doesn't work when I want it to work, though.
Yes, that's basically everything.
Yeah. So who knows? Tomorrow I could be mad at Tesla.
Yeah.
The day
That's why I
after-
was like, I'm not
day after that,
upgrading
I
to
mean,
anything.
Yeah.
If Apple didn't make us upgrade, I
Mhm.
would still be probably like my uncle still got a new iPhone 11. And
Yeah.
it's fine. But the problem is they keep updating the software and the hardware can't handle it. So you have to upgrade the hardware.
Yeah. Yep. That's the way of things.
But the old ones
Mhm.
work fine.
This is known.
Yes. I will stick to my gas car where it's known problems.
Well, I don't want to complain too much. It's first world problems. Like, oh, my Rodecaster doesn't work. I can't do my podcast, my Disney podcast.
Yeah. Life's too short. We don't have to do anything we don't want to.
Well, we did have to do a giveaway drawing.
Well, that we wanted to.
Yeah. So we have a new winner. Casey?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, because of the way she spells it, I was like, Casey? I'm like,
I
khaki?
think it's Casey.
Like khaki? Like khaki pants?
Yeah, I think it's Casey.
Okay. Well, a new follower listener got the Minnie Mouse wallet with the Minnie Mouse keychain,
Mm-hmm.
the Loungefly wallet. So congratulations. We'll be sending that out this week.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. So our next podcast, whenever that is going to cover our November giveaway.
Yes.
So, but we also have an in the park giveaway, and you're going to do a poll this week, right?
Yeah.
Because we still have the Ghost Minnie Mouse wallet.
The
It's a
Halloween one.
Halloween Loungefly wallet. But we're not going to be back at the park until Friday, and that's after Halloween because Halloween's Tuesday. So
So it'd be better for me if we have a new giveaway that fits my fanny pack or wallet better.
it's a pretty big
That's
wallet.
smaller for me to carry around in the park. And then I'll just save that Minnie Mouse Ghost giveaway for next year or something.
No, we'll probably give it away as a super fan giveaway because we do multiple giveaways.
Yeah.
We'll throw it in someone's bag. But so if you think we should, because this would be breaking with practice, in HR we call this past practice. So past practice, and you guys could use this at all of your jobs. Sometimes, almost all the time, legally, but practice actually beats what's in your written policy. So if, for an example I would give is like flex time. Sometimes, especially for hourly workers, sometimes a supervisor will let you flex your hours. Like, come in a little late because you worked a little late. Yeah, well, but they don't put it on the books.
Yeah, yeah.
And you shouldn't do that, by the way. And then they will say, and then they'll try to write somebody up for doing it. But if that's been your past practice, where you've let other people do it, especially within your office, that trumps policy. Even though it's breaking policy, even though you broke policy, if that's been allowed to happen, and that could be with any type of action, you'll win in court.
Mm-hmm.
So, little HR knowledge. So, a past practice has been for us that we will just keep the same giveaway, in-part giveaway, until someone gets it.
And then we get a new one.
Yeah.
But now that the giveaway thing is for Halloween, I don't know
Halloween
if
themed.
people still want it.
And last year, it was a little different. Well, not even just last year, but even before the pandemic, it was different because the Believe Key, during the holidays, would probably go like 10 times just during the holiday season.
Mm-hmm.
So we have so many different opportunities to get that one prize.
Yeah.
Like, we only probably had 2 chances to get the Halloween one.
Yeah.
And there was also more Marvel movies out. So, like, we had like a Thor type one. I believe we had like there was a lot more Marvel movies that we would theme them on. So they lasted longer. So, like, a Marvel movie one, it could still be themed and you could do it for months.
Mm-hmm.
But with that and the downgrading of the days we have with our Believe Key, yeah, we probably should just get more general type giveaways that fit any season.
Yeah.
Which we have. So, but I don't know. I thought we'd leave it up to the people. Let the people speak. This is a democracy.
This is a democracy podcast.
If you guys still want a chance to get in the park, let us know. If you guys just think we should do something new, let us know. Tracy will probably put the poll up like Wednesday. That way we have 2 days to poll before we go on Friday.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. What else? Do we have anything else? Any other housekeeping or?
Nope.
All right. What's in the headlines?
Well, the Disneyland Resort holiday season starts November 10th, and it will run through January 7th. So that's the Festival of Holidays, mostly kosher, butter rum.
And we're only going to be there once.
I know. December 10th.
And that's what I'm saying.
I mean, December 1st.
That's how much because we would usually have like
That's how many days the Believe Key has blocked. Well, how many Saturdays?
Saturdays, yeah.
They block all Saturdays.
Mm-hmm.
From October 1st
Yep.
to the end of the year.
Yeah.
We're blocked all Saturdays, and we wanted to upgrade. And then they're like, we don't have the technology to do that. So you have to come in. By the time we were able to drive all the way
we were gonna
there,
go there. We're like, okay.
Stopped.
They're like, no, we're not selling them
They
anymore.
stopped selling them. So it's not our fault.
Yeah, it's one of those things. So, hey, it is what it is. We will make the best of it. But yeah, we will be. I think the only time we'll get to experience it is December 1st. Mm-hmm.
Maybe we're coming. Oh no, we might come on November 22nd, but we're not sure.
Oh yeah,
Like just
like,
at night.
like in the afternoon, night time. Yeah, we might. So, I think we could. Because even if nothing
Or
comes up
after
at work,
the
I'll be
holidays, because it runs through January. I know one year we did go after, like on January 5th,
yeah,
and it was like kind of weird because
I know
nobody cared about the food festival. Like nobody cared about Christmas anymore. We're
Yeah.
like, oh look, we actually can see a picture of It's a Small World with all the Christmas lights. Because
Yeah.
before it's like so packed over there. We're like, oh look, But it's kind of like weird because it's all over, but it was still.
Yeah, it was kind of like if people who like in college. Remember when I got my MBA? I actually knew you when I graduated with my MBA, and I had a choice because of the time that I was finishing classes was after the first time walking ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, do I graduate and then go back to school?
Yeah.
Because I still
Yeah,
had
do you
some,
walk and then go back?
or do I wait until it's over? But I'm gonna have been out of school for like months,
Oh,
and
and by that time you're just
and
like,
like
I'm
do I
over
wanna,
it.
Yeah, I'm on to the next thing. So it's kind of like if I'm like, oh, that would feel weird if it's like already over, like school's over, and I just come back like 6 months later. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, just like everyone's like, who's that guy? You know. So I was like, nah, I'll just go ahead and do it and then go back to school.
But then when you're walking and you're like, whatever, I have class on Monday. Like, it's kind of weird being in your gown and stuff, but then knowing you have to go back to class on Monday or whatever. I don't
yeah,
know.
it was kind of weird, but because I only had like a few classes left, like
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe only like one or two,
Mhm.
you know. So it was like right on that border. But then it's kind of like it puts that pressure on you, like you better finish because you got pictures, you got all
Yeah.
this stuff. You better not drop out.
Well, I did have to go back
I
after I
know.
walked.
For law school,
No,
or for your undergrad.
for my undergrad because I didn't finish my 3 hours of volunteer.
Oh yeah.
And my friend, I thought my friend Jenny, because she's my friend, would just write it off because she's the volunteer coordinator at the Women's Center.
The one you're still friends with today.
Yeah, the one I'm still friends with today.
We should call
Oh
her
yeah,
on air.
she knows. Jenny, yes, she knows about it.
Jenny, that Jenny.
So she didn't sign off, and they're like, "Oh, you don't get your diploma until your degree until you finish these 3 hours." I was like, "Are
3
you kidding?"
hours.
It was the summer too, and I had already walked. I'm like, "Dude, I'm over it. You know, have a job, whatever." And then they're like, "You need to." I'm like, "What? I don't want to come back on campus." Even though I did live in Irvine, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But still. So yes, I came back on campus, did some stupid painting for 3 hours. Like maybe I came back 3 times, and
Yeah.
then I went back. And then I officially graduated. I was like, man, I didn't think I'd have to come back here. But yeah.
Jenny's
and then,
like, the rules are the rules.
yeah. She's like, sorry, you're missing 3 hours. I'm like, dude, you couldn't have just signed it off?
She's like one of your best friends.
I know. I was like, what the heck, man?
Like today, she's one of your best friends. That's what's funny.
No, she was back then. Cause
I know, but I'm just
her
saying.
husband is friends with my parents.
I know, but it's like I'm just saying it lasted the time. It's not like she did that and you dropped her.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
she's your best friend for like 20 years or 20 something years. Yeah, it's funny. Oh,
But the
man.
rules are the rules, I guess. Yeah, and then law school graduation wasn't fun either because you have to study for the bar the next day. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Only my high school graduation was kind of fun. No, that wasn't fun either because I'm like, oh no, I have to go to college. That's gonna be hard. You know, when you're in high school, you think college is hard.
Yeah.
So
That's what I try to tell people, man. Everyone's like, man, I don't know if I can handle college. Like it's a lot of kids I know. Like when we did our mentor, kids who are in our jiu-jitsu stuff, they're just like, man, you know, I just don't know if I can. Like, you do know that college is the easy way for lazy people. You know, all the people who are
yeah,
starting
but it's scary
businesses
for
or
high
going
school kids.
scarier to go in the military or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, you crazy? No way, man. Going to the military is pretty smart because they pay for your college, but it's like going to college is like it's like what other slackers do. You know, and trust me, most of the people I know who have college degrees ain't that smart. They're not. It's like, bleh. You know, I think it's just kind of like a social stratification thing. They're like, oh yeah, college people are smart. I'm like, there's people way smarter than me that go to college. But yeah, my cousin went to Disney University.
Wow, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that program in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That did they bring it back though? I think
they
they did, right?
Yeah, they started up again.
I think we reported that. All right. So yes. So the holidays are coming.
Are they gonna do that candy cane waiting list
Probably.
thing?
Yes.
We have
Which
to-
we can't go to because it's only on weekdays.
yeah. I mean, it's I don't know why people want to. Other than seeing them make it, but
No, they actually want the giant candy cane.
like
They get to bring it. It's the waiting list to
yeah, probably stuck
to
on
grab
us.
one.
Last year's just stuck onto someone's couch.
I know.
It's like,
I
what-
mean, if
what
I
do you
got one, I wouldn't eat it. I would just leave it there forever as a souvenir. It's like, if I waited 1 hour for this, then I am keeping it.
definitely. Wow.
But anyways, so the other news is Disney World's governing district.
Yeah.
You know, the what
The
do you
Florida
call it?
Improvement District
Oversight,
or something.
whatever. Yeah.
Oversight Board.
Made up of
Used to be Reedy Creek.
Yes, used to be Reedy Creek, made up of Governor DeSantis' appointees, is dragging its feet in providing requested documents to Disney in a lawsuit over who has design and construction powers over the company's sprawling theme park resort in Central Florida.
Mm.
So it
Yeah.
looks like the Central Florida Tourism Oversight District,
Yeah.
formerly known as Reedy Creek, is dodging their obligations and dragging their feet and not
Yeah.
sending Disney the documents needed
And it's for court. So
for the lawsuit. Yeah.
And they don't want to because
Probably incriminating.
it
Can
could be
they plead the
incriminating
fifth?
or it's they don't want to admit that that's under them. Because if it's under you, that comes with a lot of responsibility and money.
Yeah.
Disney wants this, but if you say it's Disney, Disney has control.
Yes. Yes.
So it's kind of like they're in a catch-22,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't want to like, ugh, it's us. So we could tell Disney what to do. Okay, you pay for the streets, you pay for this, you pay for that, and you're going to be under your own state laws as to keeping things up to code,
Yes.
which is probably a lot of money that wasn't allocated to you because this was a strictly political move. I don't think anybody thought that Disney was going to make a big deal about it. They
Yeah.
just thought like, nope,
They thought they'd just be quiet and.
DeSantis was going to chalk it up as a W and then
Yeah.
just move on,
But
But,
Well, because Disney's asking the Florida judge to delay the decision, the court's decision, because the court was going to decide whether to grant summary motion,
yeah,
summary judgment, but they need
They don't have all the
documents.
information,
Yeah,
yeah.
so they're going to ask the judge to delay that decision.
we'll see. It's in Florida. Who knows?
Yeah.
But yeah, this thing is still ongoing, and DeSantis is now hating the fact that he even started this. you know, because he's like, I thought this was going to get me president, and it's like, no,
No.
not unless Trump goes to jail. Sorry, guy. Sorry, meatball. All right.
Okay, so this is exciting. Daredevil Born Again has a new creative team
Yeah.
featuring the Punisher, Moon Knight, and Loki alumni.
Mhm.
Ooh. So Dario Scardapane, I probably butchered his last name.
Mhm.
He is the writer and executive producer of Netflix's series The Punisher. That's a Marvel series.
Yep.
Will now serve as the showrunner. So he's going to be the showrunner of Daredevil on Disney Plus. This change follows the exit of previous head writers Chris Ord and Matt Corman, who recently left after Marvel decided to take the show in a different direction.
Mm.
But the pair will still be credited as executive producers to Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah.
And then as for the other creative team members, Justin Benson and Aaron Moorhead, who directed Moon Knight and the current season of Loki, which says a lot, will step in to direct the rest of the first season because the previous director who was hired did some directing and then production shut down because of the strike, which is still ongoing. But some of the material he already directed and it was already produced or whatever, it will still be incorporated into the series. But then the rest of it will be for the two new directors.
Yeah. That's,
So it's kind of
sounds like a mess.
yeah.
But
I guess they're starting new,
kind of.
but then still saving the old stuff
yeah, so,
because it was already, produced.
Now, I wonder what different direction Disney wants to take it, because Disney hasn't been doing that great. I know a lot of the people online really loving the Loki show,
Mm.
but I don't know if, the casual fans are like in the Loki show or not. A lot of people are, and the people who really like the Loki show are the people who are into like sci-fi time travel type stuff, and they're like going on and on about it.
But do you
But
have
those are
to?
deep geek type people, you know.
But it's not like Ahsoka where you have to watch the entire MCU to be interested in Loki. Do you?
I think we just back in maybe like a few years ago. No, well, I think Endgame, like I called it peak geek. It was basically, that was the apex, right?
Yeah.
And then everything after that is going to be downhill regardless of quality. So it's just because it's oversaturated. It got oversaturated.
Hmm.
I don't even think it's oversaturated now, because I mean, you get like 2 Disney Plus shows a year and then
Hmm.
a couple of movies now. So it's not like it was before the pandemic. But because before the pandemic, you were getting like, I mean, there was a year we had 4 MCU movies and then all this stuff. But but anyway, I think that people are just kind of like, yeah, Loki, okay.
No, what I'm saying is it can cast a wider net of casual fans who didn't geek out. Maybe they've just watched Endgame and that was it. But the Loki show, in season 1 at least, it did a pretty good job at kind of catching people up to what happened, when Loki watched the movie of himself.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good show. And I guess my thing is that one of the things about Phase 4 was the movies and shows just weren't that good.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is that it wouldn't matter.
Mm.
Because people get tired of a thing. It's kind of like when a certain genre of music dies out. It's like,
oh, I see.
it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that like, grunge music got worse. It's just people
People
got
were
tired.
over it.
Yeah.
People got older.
People get older. They grow out of it,
Yeah.
and it's just like, the people who like Marvel stuff are like they're Gen Xers like us.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like people, mostly guys, but some women, who probably grew up on the comics
Mm.
and then saw the comics being made into live action. And so we were kind of ride or die with it regardless. So like any Marvel product that comes out, I'm going to watch, just because it's like a childhood thing for me. It's like, okay, well, that's cool. And I will criticize it, but I'm always going to watch it. So that's why, all these people who are on YouTube and stuff like, I'm done with it. It's like, you're not done. You're going to watch the next one and you're going to like it.
Yeah.
But I think that there's some people who like this stuff was just an exciting point in their lives, like the whole Phase 3 cap, ending with Endgame. And then now they moved on to something else, which is fine. It is what it is. It's like, BTS is over. They all went into the army. And BTS was the biggest band in the world, group or whatever. And it's like, after they come out, it's not going to be the same. Even once they all do their service and they come out, some are going to do
They're just
solo
going to do one
projects.
reunion tour and then probably it'll.
Yeah, but there's
die
not going to
down.
be like your mom who's in her 60s is into it and and she's going to be like, what happened? Because to her, time goes quicker, right?
Yeah.
It's going to be like, wait a minute, you guys got me into this thing, and now,
Now
there's
everyone's
nothing.
leaving and going after new jeans and stuff. And,
Yeah, man. Someday Taylor Swift is not going to be a thing,
yeah.
and like people who are Swifties now, I'll be like, shut your mouth. You know. I wish I had the Emmy thing right now. You shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. No, she said it, but she's like, shut your mouth.
Oh man.
She was mad at her sister for making fun of her.
I was gonna make it like a
sound bite.
a sound bite. Yeah, I'll find it eventually, and then I'll play it just out of context. But
Shut your mouth.
yeah, it was the cutest thing. But yeah, I mean, it's just things end. Time moves, and I don't know what the next big thing is. Now, Disney itself has always been an innovator in making people care about whatever their next thing is.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It just passes down by generation after generation. Like
Mhm.
you said with Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
The little kids now raise their hero.
Yeah.
But to us, it's like, Rey, blah, like that. It's like they know how to get the newest generation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe that's why. That's what they're trying to do with Miss Marvel and the Marvels, right? They're trying to get the next catch the Z's, the Gen Z's.
Oh yeah.
With Miss Marvel and
Well,
the
no, that's
Marvels.
exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
That they want that so bad. I mean,
Yeah.
it's I
Gen
don't
Z's aren't interested. They will find everything offensive. They will find Miss Marvel offensive.
Well, I'm trying to think. No, it actually it got pretty good reviews.
I was kidding.
But yeah, Miss Marvel.
I was, what do you call it? Stereotyping.
Oh, wait, that's. Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't connect.
It's so cute. I gotta have people listen.
You have to make it somehow make it one of the buttons.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna try to do.
If this machine works. But anyways.
Yeah, it's let's see.
What did Emmy do, Mia?
Stop it right now. You shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
Stop it right now. Shut your mouth.
She was riding the Go Coaster and she was scared. And there's a video of her grabbing onto my cousin's shirt.
Yeah.
That's why Mia was like, I'm so scared.
She's making fun of her little sister.
So then Emmy's
Little
like,
sister wasn't having
stop
it.
it right now. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
I'm sorry.
The Go Coaster is scary for Emmy.
Yeah, but it's just
Because Mia's the adventurer.
I just couldn't
Emmy's
let
the
it go.
scaredy cat.
I don't care if we spent 10 minutes on it. Anyway, yeah, I'll download it to make sure I can make a button out of that. But at least when you hear it in a sound effect now, you'll have the context.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I think that Marvel now the whole Daredevil thing.
I
I think Daredevil's a big enough character
yeah.
for like old school people, and people really like the Netflix thing, so it's going to get a lot of interest.
Mm-hmm.
And if they can figure it out, because regardless of what you say about Loki or Moon Knight,
Mm-hmm.
they were well written.
Yeah.
They're very well written, and so hopefully,
So if the showrunner is the same.
yeah, if they could pull it off, I think it could be a big deal. But I still don't think it would be as big. Even if it's huge, it would have been bigger 2.5, 3 years ago. So
Well, the fact that it has 19 episodes or something
yeah,
makes
it
me
was 18
think
episodes.
that because a lot of the shows we watch on Disney Plus, when it ends, we're like, that's it? Like, kind of like, by episode 5, we're like, how are they going to wrap this all up? There's so much to address, but
Mhm.
there's only one more episode left. So maybe Daredevil will actually do that because they have,
Yeah, and
all
they probably
that.
split it into
yeah,
2 parts, and yeah, like 9 and 9 or something like that.
yeah.
With 18, you could split it into 3 parts technically.
I know.
It's like, I don't know, but
But yes, Charlie Cox is returning, of course,
yeah,
as
we know
Matt
that.
Murdock.
And he says he loves his new Daredevil suit. So
Yeah. And Vincent D'Onofrio will return as Wilson Fisk.
Yep.
That's all we need.
yeah, we'll see.
I
We
wonder
shall
if
see.
Night Nurse will come back.
Yeah, get out of her Soko.
Yeah. I was
Come
like,
back.
I can't see you as Night Nurse anymore. Where's your headpiece thing?
So is that it?
Yeah, not much in headlines going on here.
Okay. Well.
Oops, wrong button.
I know. Stupid roadcaster. No, that was user error.
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
All right. We have a new #1 favorite alcoholic beverage.
Yeah.
It's called the Mucho Aloha Blueberry Hard Lemonade.
which is strange for me because it's technically, if you look at a definition of a girly drink, it's a girly drink. But
But it was listed in the menu under beer, which is why I couldn't find it.
yeah,
Because I mobile ordered it. I was like, where is it? Oh, no. And then I was like looking at each one. I was like, oh, it's under beer? That's weird. You know, I thought it'd be under the cocktail section or
yeah,
something. But I guess it tastes like a cider.
yeah.
Well, it tastes like a lemonade.
It's a
like
hard cider.
But it wasn't
But it
super
doesn't.
tart.
But it was, it wasn't super harsh like
That margarita was
like
really
the
sour.
Angry Orchard type of cider.
Yeah.
It was, or even a Mike's Hard Lemonade. It was just,
Yeah.
it was,
And the
it
fact
wasn't
that
too,
says
it was
lemonade,
sweet, but not too sweet either.
right.
It was
Not sour, not sweet.
It was like the perfect balance.
Like
man.
flavored tonic, but good.
They should have, and it was purple. They should have called it the Thanos chug because it's perfectly balanced, as all things should
And
be.
it's at Pim Tasting Lab.
Yeah, it's purple
Why
and balanced.
Aloha Blueberry? Like
I don't
there's
know.
nothing aloha about. Well, maybe that's the name of the. I don't know. I don't even know. I should ask if it's like
It's just the fruit cocktail.
if it's brewed, like not brewed, but on draft there, or is it a bottle? Like what is going on?
Yeah.
I think it is brewed on draft there because in the cup,
They
it's
have
the
that
cup
thing.
that it goes up
from the
upside
bottom.
down. Yeah, from the bottom.
Mhm.
And it's the best part is ABV is 8%.
That's crazy.
So it tastes good. Tastes like a soda. So you don't know you're drinking alcohol, so you're just like, oh. Especially that day when it was like 90 degrees.
I know.
And then next thing you know, you're like, whoa.
Yeah. And I'm sitting in front of like the freaking Quinjet for an hour and a half, and I'm like, where did the time go?
No wonder I told Cap off.
Yeah.
Right afterwards, I'm like, hey, man, I want to ask you a question.
I didn't even think of that. Tracy was drunk.
It's like, let me ask you a question.
Hey, man. Hey, flag boy. I got some questions for you.
He's all nice about it. Well, yeah. You know, I posted the video. You see he's all nice and you know, in character. Well, you know, that wasn't the plan. We don't trade lives. I was like, I was like laughing at him.
Whatever. Oh, man. Tracy got drunk and told off an American legend. Wow. Well, see, and that's what they should have called it, the Thanos drink, because you could have blamed Thanos.
It's not Thanos' fault.
Yeah.
He was right.
It was the Mind Stone. I drank the Mind Stone. All right. So what else
Yes,
about it?
so I would highly recommend it. I would recommend you mobile order it and look for it under the beer section of the menu
Mhm.
and take it and walk around and drink it. You can drink it at Pim, but the seating, there's always like a fight for a seat there. But there's like a shaded area next to the Hyperion Theater
It has
that
a
has
lot
all
of-
these tables and chairs that nobody goes to. They're always
especially
trying to
since
hang around.
Rogers the Musical is no longer
Yeah,
there.
so and it's shady and nice. So
Mhm.
take it and walk it over there.
Yeah, it's
and
only
drink it.
about 25 yards.
Yeah, it's next to it's where the Hyperion is.
Yeah.
That's still considered Avengers Campus.
Hmm.
So
I'd probably give it a 9 out of 10.
yeah, I
Yeah.
would say 9
And I don't like fruity
out
drinks.
of 10.
I think usually they're a waste.
Me
but
neither, because I get acid reflux. But it's good.
yeah, it's really good. All righty.
So there's a Haunted Mansion bar that expands the iconic attraction's story, and it'll be on board the Disney Treasure. It's Disney Cruise Line's 6th vessel.
Mm.
So that's cool. So it expands the story. So it tells more of the story of the Haunted Mansion, I guess. Maybe there's a bride there. I don't know.
I know.
Like what happens to the bride, or
Clayton and
yeah, Emily and Clayton
Yeah,
will
they're gonna-
probably want to go on that one.
just for that.
So yes, so that's exciting.
Mhm.
And then November 10th, finally, the Adventureland Treehouse opens.
Yeah, that's gonna be crowded. They're gonna have to put up like
Oh,
special
that place
things.
is already congested. That
I
area.
know. Yeah, You've seen me take pictures when we have to go up on the bridge and wait for pirates.
Yeah,
So I've done that twice.
that's
but
gonna be worse when that thing opens.
I don't know what. And the thing is, it looks massive.
Yeah,
It looks way
I
bigger
think
than
you, like,
Tarzan was.
climb upstairs or
Yeah.
something.
Well,
right?
you do.
That's
I
what it
mean,
looks like.
But it's like it looks way
but-
bigger than what was there before.
yeah, there's probably
So-
gonna have to be a cast member, like just
Multiple
limiting
cast
capacity so
members.
that 1 million people
Mhm.
don't stand in the treehouse.
They put a
and then
lightning
fall.
lane for it. Yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do.
We still haven't gone over to Tiana's. I mean, we walked by it, but we're just so scared of crowds that we're just like, oh,
Mm.
that's okay.
We took a picture over there.
Yeah, but like the actual eatery.
Oh yeah. So I was scared of crowds. We're just like, we can avoid them.
Yeah. Well, we'll have some.
when it's something that's like a must do, we'll do the crowd thing. But we'll see.
Only if it has a virtual queue, or if we can pay for the front of the line.
I'll stand in like an hour-long line if it's something that I really, really want to do. Like
But
when they
Disney's
brought
always.
Hyperspace Mountain back, I stood in an hour line. I remember.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then I'm trying to think. There's been a few times. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's Magic
Yeah,
Key
if
privilege.
it's something that's must do, Disney always finds a way for you to pay extra to, like when Galaxy's Edge
Sometimes,
opened
yeah.
and, you had to.
But sometimes the things you want to do aren't what everyone else wants to do. Well, they don't anticipate it's what a lot of people want to do,
Mhm.
and so there's a long line, and they're just like, "Oh, we could have made money off this."
Yeah. And they're like, all right, well, if you want to do this, then
And
pay
sometimes they
this."
think everyone's going to want to do it, like the lightning lane from Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and it's
Uh-huh.
like nobody bought it. So,
Yeah, it's unpredictable.
What's the what's her name? The floating head in the Haunted Mansion.
Leota?
Yeah, Madame
Oh,
Leota.
maybe that's what the bar is.
Yeah, there's a
Mm.
Madame Leota, but they need her to predict the future
Yeah.
on ride capacities and what people are going to show up for.
Yeah.
So they can build the queues accordingly.
I bet you an AI can do that if you gave him the right data.
Yeah, maybe.
So, yes. So starting October 27th, which was last Friday, I think, a new medallion machine will be available at the Magic Key Terrace in California Adventure, featuring 4 new medallions specially designed for Magic Key holders.
Mm.
So we do have a reservation on Friday
We'll
to the Magic Key Lounge.
See if it's not broken.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes they break. We do like the medallions, though.
Yeah, we collect the silver 100 ones, but I think this is separate. Because
Yeah.
we have some other gold ones,
Then-
but I don't know what they are.
They're just the gold ones that, when they started doing them, they had them all over the
Oh.
park. Yeah.
So these one are just for Magic Keys.
Yep.
If it's a way for people to, because Magic Key Lounge reservations are always available. So I don't know if this is their
No,
quick way
I
to
think
get
it was.
someone to get Magic Keys.
I don't even think it's an attractive thing. I just think it's like people, Magic Key or annual pass people in Florida. I think they identify as that, and so if you put something out, just like when I got the key on the jersey,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like we like that stuff.
Yeah.
Like we like being part of the club. So it's if they're already up there eating, they'll probably get the medallions.
Yeah.
So it,
Yeah, I
it's-
wonder if
it's
they'll just
pretty
let
smart.
you, because they kind of guard that stairway
Yeah.
really well. I don't think they'll just let you go. I'm like, hey, can I just go up there to get a medallion and come back? I don't think they'll let you, huh?
Maybe, I don't know. We could ask. We'll ask
Yeah.
when we're there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyway, so yes, we'll be there. And then there's another bar opening. It's called the Palm Breeze Bar, and it'll be inside the Disneyland Hotel Villas, opening November 2nd.
I told you they need something there.
Yeah, because the Disneyland Hotel Lounge that used to be next to the steakhouse,
Mm-hmm.
that's open, and we thought that was for the villa people, but no,
Right.
the villas have their own bar,
That's cool.
and it's kind of like same concept, bar food, lounge food.
But they need to spread that out though.
Yeah.
Because they need to be able to go downstairs because that's especially the people who are like DVC members.
Yeah.
They need
You like a concierge lounge type of space.
yeah, and I think they're kind of used to that kind of treatment.
Yeah.
And it's also just convenient. It's like because sometimes DVC members stay for the week or whatever,
Mhm.
and it's just kind of like, dude, I just want to drink. I just want to go downstairs and get a drink. You know, why do I gotta wait in some crazy? I can't go to Trader Sam's. I don't, the lounge bars now downtown Disney people are going there.
Yeah.
You
Like there's
know? It's
no.
like-
Yeah.
So hopefully, if I was a DVC member, we're not. But if I was, I'd be like, yeah, you need to give us something.
But even
and
if you're
hopefully
not.
hopefully they keep other people out.
No, it's just there. It's like other.
I don't know. If I was a DVC member, I'd be like,
No, it's anybody can go.
how would they keep them out?
Because anybody can stay at the villa as long as you pay. You don't have to be.
Kinda.
It's like the
No, that's
Grand
true.
California.
Well, I would say they need a hotel
But
key.
I think our
if they have a
friend,
hotel key, then I would say yeah.
our friend Bethany, Moms with Magic Plans,
Mm-hmm.
one of the Moms with Magic, said that. So she posted a story where she had she got a surprise where she's staying at the villas this weekend,
Mm.
and she does travel planning for concierge. So she's staying this weekend, but then she's not going to the park till Monday, so we're gonna miss her. But she said, no, you can come in and they have a sample room, a model room. She said that we could just come in and look at it because I was like, oh, can't wait to see your story to see what it looks like. She's like, oh no, you guys just come in. They have a model room, so we could go and see. Oh, but then we'll probably have to listen to the spiel.
Hey, you like our room? Well, this could be yours. You know?
Yeah. They don't make us do the present. Because every time we stay on property, I get the notification, stop by the nearest DVC kiosk for a free gift. I was like, oh, yeah, free gift. You mean that button that I already have 10 of? Yes, I already have it. Thank you very much. Just kidding. But
That's
yes,
funny.
if we want to see the room, we can.
Okay. It's on the website.
Anywho. But that bar will be open by then.
Yeah.
But we already have a Trader Sam's reservation, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do the real deal.
Yeah. Snow White live action is pushed to 2025.
Probably smart.
So that movie has a lot of controversy already. so,
Kinda.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like the dumb. It's dumb.
I wonder if it's
controversy,
their
but,
way of like any publicity is good publicity kind of thing.
Well, they wouldn't push it back then. It's just. I think they're
Are they
pushing,
pushing
it back.
so it could die down? The
I don't know. I mean, honestly, what are the chances of it being good? It's just. I mean, for any like all their live action stuff, it's like.
I don't know. I haven't watched never got around to watching Little Mermaid.
Yeah, people liked it. I mean,
liked
I
it?
think it was. I think honestly, it was probably. I can't say I didn't see it, but I mean, from the reviews and people talking, people thought it was good.
I
but
want to
not
see
great.
it to see if she's as bratty as redhead Ariel.
Well, they're both redheads in the movie, but
Well, animated Ariel.
yeah, yeah, we could watch it. We'll watch it this week.
Yes. Okay.
Mhm.
So Space Mountain reopens. That also already reopened, and it had some new projection effects.
Mm.
It appears in the early portion of the ride before the high speed sequence.
Well, that's the only place they really
So
have
is it that
projection.
I think it's that instead of that black hole thing, now it's
Yeah.
like something in
It's the
front?
same thing they put the
pirates.
Star Destroyers and stuff.
Yeah.
You see that? Yeah, that's what the projection section.
It's at the end of the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
So
But I mean, they added new stuff to Indiana Jones, and it was just like
and it
this.
didn't seem that new.
Well, it was like that lightning effect.
Yeah, the projection thing.
It was just to fill up dead space.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. So it was, I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm just saying it really had nothing to do with the ride. It was like this lightning
It's
thing.
just a thing, and
It's just a thing.
from
It's-
the pictures, the Space Mountain projection looked like the same thing, and I'm like, wait, is it the same film? Like it looked like that
Oh, yeah.
same lightning thing.
Yeah, like, it's the same. Like, is that like royalty free graphics? Like, did they use Canva? It's like we got to save money. Well, I got this effect on Canva. I see Rope Dropping Knowledge using it in their giveaways, so I'm. They just put it up there. Yeah, there was this.
It's word art since they use Windows 95. It's the word art.
Yeah, it's like Star Wars, but in big blocky letters. Space Mountain. It says black hole. No, I mean, I think with Indiana Jones, there was this big wall that had
Yeah,
nothing.
that's the thing they needed to upgrade.
Yeah, I could see why they just put something there, you
Yeah.
know, and it's kind of like, okay, it's better than a wall, but
But that wasn't even the part, was it?
yeah, it's that lightning
Yeah,
thing. It
because
was
the
just-
wall part is still empty, dark
No,
space.
it was. They had more than one, but it was a thing that was just kind of like on a ride like that. It's kind of a thrill ride. To have like even a couple seconds of dead space was kind of weird. But for Space Mountain, it's a roller coaster. Like you don't really need to up it,
Yeah.
and I don't know what they're. Unless you're going to do something that's really cool, like this.
Well, we'll have to see what it's
Yeah,
what
see.
how it feels or whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe
Mm.
you are going into space. You know what I missed and I liked that made sense, that was projections? Remember when Pirates of the Caribbean had this projection that you go through him, that guy with
yeah.
the face?
Oh,
What's
yeah.
his name?
Davy Jones.
Yeah, but you went in,
It
he's
was
right
projected on the mist.
in front. Yeah. See, that is cool. That's
Yeah.
cool projections.
Yeah.
And they don't do that anymore. Is it too scary for kids?
No, I think it's probably the same reason they take smells out of certain attractions. Like when we went to Magic, you remember you used to be able to smell the apple pie and the
Oh, yeah.
and the water used to drip. It's like that stuff actually costs more than just running the thing. So it's kind of
Oh.
like it's a big cost and things can go wrong and you got to fix it, and it's just like people just put on the glasses and enjoy it. You know? It's like they'll still come.
Yeah.
You know? So it wasn't. They weren't getting the bang for their buck, and I think it's
Yeah.
probably one of those things. It's like, okay, the mist, we got to stop the ride. The mist machine's not working. It's like, okay, it's still pirate, you know. And so
Yeah.
it was.
Well, if it's not working, then that day, just turn it off.
Yeah, but
you know?
you don't know what it's connected to. You don't know if a sensor, if it's causing sensors to trigger. You remember last night we didn't know if my car alarm was going off or not. It's like 3 a.m. We're like, was that ours? I'm checking the app. I'm like, what's going on? So it's like, yeah, technology. You know, it gets weird.
The more
know?
you add, the more
you add,
problems.
the more problems. You know, more money, more problems,
Mhm.
more tech, more trouble. But we like tech. We're addicted to tech, so it is what it is. All right. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, so that's it for the episode today, unless you're cool. And and by cool means you don't mind being spoiled. Because we already put it up on Instagram and Facebook, but we are doing our Ahsoka recap and review. And that's just to give our thoughts and everything. But I know some of you haven't got around to watching it yet. So when you hear the chimes, you can cut out. But for those of you who stay, we do have a giveaway at the end.
Yes.
All
and You
right.
saw it on Instagram what the giveaway is.
Yes. So we are going to hit the chimes right now.
Yay.
All right.
Ahsoka, cute little doll.
yeah.
And that's my purchase for the Magic Key Band.
Yeah, we got
That was
a
my
couple of
purchase.
them.
But it's so cute.
So, Ahsoka. Overall, let's just start off with our overall thoughts. What did you think?
I think I liked it.
You think you liked it?
No, I liked it. I liked it. I liked the way it ended. Mysterious and, like cliffhanger kind of.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I thought it was. It's kind of what you already kind of
Little
heard
bit
my
louder.
initial thoughts on Johnny's podcast on DMSW, but it was pretty much. It met my expectations. They spent a lot of money on it. I thought the money was well spent. I thought the acting was good. I thought the action was good. I do have a few criticisms, but my criticisms were more about the logistics of the show and how they set it up. But and I already said that on Johnny's podcast too, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But overall, I think it's probably one of the better Star Wars shows. I'm trying to think. I mean, I think Andor was probably better, but that is a lot of people. That's not their Star Wars experience. You know, when you take out the Force and the lightsabers, you know, you remove the Jedi and the Sith. It's kind of like that's not what they're looking for when they look at Star Wars. So overall, other than Andor, as a piece of art, Andor is the best Star Wars Disney Plus show. If you're looking just for this feels like Star Wars.
Oh yeah.
Ahsoka's the best show.
Ahsoka is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as not, I would call myself a casual.
You're a little bit above
A
casual.
little bit more than casual,
Anybody
but not
who's read
super.
the Darth Bane trilogy is above casual.
Okay, I read the Darth Bane. I didn't see all the Clone Wars, but I saw all the episodes that Disney Plus told me to watch
Right.
of the Clone Wars,
Mm-hmm.
and then plus more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad
And Rebels.
and Rebels, all the stuff that
Yeah.
they told me to watch, and then plus I watched the 3 episodes you told me to watch about the Mortis gods,
Yeah.
and I'm glad I did because the last episode, the very last scene,
Yeah.
shows the gods.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I'm kind of excited about season 2 or whatever the next thing that whatever the continuation of this is.
Yeah.
To see if they will continue on telling the Mortis God
Yeah.
story.
So I guess the first thing I would want to talk about is what do we think is going to happen with Ray Stevenson's character, Bale? Because unfortunately, rest in peace, Ray Stevenson passed away right before the show aired. I think it was only a couple of weeks or so before the show aired. And I mean, I don't want to say unfortunately, actually fortunately, because it left him kind of added to his legacy. A lot of people don't know he was like the first live action Punisher. He was the first a lot of things. You know?
He was?
Yeah.
It wasn't that guy?
No, this is back
the
in the 90s.
John Travolta one movie?
No, before that. Yeah.
There was a Punisher before
yeah,
that?
John
Wow.
Travolta.
No, the movie, The Punisher, with John Travolta. He was the villain. He killed the Punisher's family.
Yeah, I don't remember John
Wait,
Travolta.
You're talking about Marvel Punisher, right?
Right.
Yeah, John Travolta was the villain in the first Punisher. With that guy who plays the same character, kind of has the same... Statham? No, not Statham. I don't know what his name is. The first Punisher movie.
I think it was before that. So it
Wow, I gotta look it up and watch it. I like the Punisher.
Yeah, but he's done a lot of stuff, and he's kind of like Carl Urban, but before his time. Like you know the guy who was like in these little things, and then kept getting in bigger and bigger things, and then and he's never like nobody. He's not like a Tom Cruise type, Keanu Reeves type character where you go to a movie just to see him,
right?
But he's in every movie you like. You know, he's kind of one of those things.
Yeah,
right?
like I really liked his character.
Yeah,
in this
and
show.
he really showed like, dude, if you put a good actor in a Star Wars thing, it pops. It's worth it. And I think that's what a lot of Star Wars showrunners. Well, they did it with Diego Luna, but
and Moon Knight.
Yeah, but I'm just talking about Star Wars. Like
Star Wars,
I think they were basically they kind of think Star Wars sells itself, and to a certain extent, it does. But you could why not have Star Wars and high quality?
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's what Ahsoka and especially Ray Stevenson proved. It's like you can have good, high-level acting, emotional expression and stuff, and still wave lightsabers and go pew-pew and do all the things that people like, you know? You can have both. And his character was the most mysterious and yet the most thoughtful and had the best like one-liners.
Best one-liners.
And
very mysterious, yes.
And we still don't know if he's a villain or not. You know, we're kind of like
he's kind of like what I got from him is he's after something more than just what everybody else is fighting for.
Right.
Like he says there's more to it than that, and he wants to remain in that galaxy. Where everybody else thinks, oh, we don't want to be banished here, but he's like, no, I want to be
he already
here.
said, it's like, to Shin, like his apprentice, it's like, well, shouldn't we be leaving too if they're getting out of here? He's like, yeah, they're running from something. I'm heading for that something,
Yeah.
you know. But by the way, you can kick rocks too. I mean, you can, you know, she kind of got abandoned, but it was, it's going to be very interesting to see like what they do with his character, because I think his character was just as much, if not more important than Ahsoka in that
Yeah.
series. Because I think Ahsoka's important,
Mm-hmm.
but the mysteries that surround where they are
Mm-hmm.
have to do with him. And so he's going to be a key to answering those questions. You could put Ahsoka anywhere in Star Wars, and you know it's Ahsoka. We're going to watch, you know.
Yeah.
But for this particular show, he was kind of the key, and he's kind of the key to unlocking the future. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what they do. Also, there's this theory that having another galaxy allows them to retcon, and I said this before, retcon the sequels without retconning the sequels. So basically you can have a situation where you have your, you know, Kylo and Rey galaxy,
Mm-hmm.
and you have your Ahsoka galaxy, and you can have Star Wars shows even going up to and through and past the timeline of the sequels
Mm-hmm.
that are totally parallel. And if you just want to talk about them, it doesn't affect.
Yeah.
Because the one thing about the Disney Plus shows that everybody was always concerned about, well, not concerned about, but wondering about, and some people wanted it to happen, some people didn't want it to happen, is like, if you make too much of intergalactic strife or too many big things, what's going to happen is you're going to interfere with what's already been done in the sequels. Because eventually, because it's only 30 years, you know, and actually if that's 5 years, I think the first Mandalorian was 5 years after the Death Star blew up. So you're looking at a 25-year period. And like, so that means like Kylo's alive. He's just a kid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's going to happen? You can't really do huge things without it affecting the sequels. And so how are they going to reconcile that? Well, now you can do huge things in this other galaxy and it won't affect them. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Let's see. I'm trying to think. What else do we want to talk about next? Oh, we want to talk about this the situation with Thrawn. So I thought Thrawn was good. Some people, you know, weren't as happy with him if they were in animation, even though it was the same actor. I think, you know, it's hard for a live action to really duplicate animation.
Yeah.
You know, it is hard. They said some of his decisions weren't the best because he's supposed to be, you know, he's a super genius in the books and everything. It's hard to duplicate that in writing.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if he's only given a certain amount of time to do things, right? Because the show really wasn't about him.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of the MacGuffin. Everyone was going to that galaxy to get him
Mm-hmm.
or to prevent him from coming back, one or the other. But it really wasn't about him, so he didn't really have an arc. And because he didn't have an arc, the few decisions you got to see him make just had to be like these small tactical decisions, and everyone was like, well, that wasn't that genius, you know? But I could see the struggle writing that, though, because like he was, you know, we didn't even meet him till like episode 4 or something.
Yeah.
And then, and he had a few things to do. So I thought it was kind of fit his personality, but you're going to get to see more of him later.
Yeah.
Um,
About Ezra.
Ezra. Yeah. Ezra was good. I like the fact that they showed him. I like the fact that they didn't keep him till the end.
Mm-hmm.
If they kept him to the end and he was the same character that we saw, it would have been a disappointment.
Yeah.
But I thought a lot of people thought he would be super powerful when they met him, but he was like, no, it's just Ezra. You know, he's Jedi. He could do his stuff.
He doesn't need a lightsaber to fight, but
Yeah. Well, yeah, he doesn't need a lightsaber to fight people without, you know. Well, he fought Shin without a lightsaber.
without a lightsaber.
And then he got his hair cut. Probably not the smartest thing to do. And then a lot of people were saying like, well, there's a plot hole because he built his he built his saber, you know, once, you know, he got the parts from Huyang.
Mm-hmm.
But he didn't get a crystal, but you would assume that he would have crystals too. Why, if he had every other part of a lightsaber, why wouldn't he have a crystal? You know?
Oh, Huyang?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he would have a crystal.
Yeah.
At least a couple.
Mhm.
You know. So and that's why he didn't, because his first lightsaber was green, and that's the one Sabine has, and then his is blue. You hate Sabine as much as you hate Captain America.
Yes.
Which is funny.
As Thor would say, "You are the worst."
Yeah, I think it's
Because what happened? Yes, Ezra, you got to see your Ezra, but then you risked Thrawn coming back. And what did Ahsoka tell you? She said before they even left for this mission that, can I count on you? Because Thrawn, whatever you do, we can't risk Thrawn coming back.
Yeah.
But she just wanted to see Ezra so much that
But I think
she didn't care.
But I think people forget when she made that decision.
Yeah, that she thought Ahsoka was
She
dead.
thought Ahsoka was dead.
So she had nothing else to lose.
And she already lost her
Except the
family.
galaxy. But
Yeah, but I
okay.
mean, but I think in her head, it's like, it is very, and they said it in the show, and I think it's very true. People forget, like, the Jedi Padawan relationship is like almost like a child parent.
Mm-hmm.
And Ahsoka's probably old enough to be her parent because
Mm-hmm.
Sabine's probably like, what, 25 or something like that. You know, Ahsoka's like 40, 40, 45, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that and the reason I mention that is that there is generational stuff, just like you see in your family, just like everyone sees in their family, that gets passed down. And it's like, oh, great grandma was like this, or da 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
You have to understand that lineage of Jedi
Mm-hmm.
were, I mean, it started off with Yoda. And Yoda, if you read the books, he wasn't conventional.
Mm-hmm.
He was very unconventional, not doing what everyone wanted, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one who wanted to train Anakin, and everyone else said no. No one listened to Windu. It was like it was. Then his apprentice was Darth Tyrannus. I mean,
Oh, it wasn't that separatist guy,
yeah,
Count Dooku?
Dooku. Well,
oh.
Darth Tyrannus is his Sith name.
Oh.
Yeah. Dooku, and who basically went off script, apparently, obviously, whose apprentice was Qui-Gon, who went off script in the other direction, was like, dude, I'm a Force hippie. Like, I don't want to, like, so Qui-Gon, Dooku hated the council, turned against the council because he thought they were letting people suffer and stuff, and it was too political and became evil. Qui-Gon thought the same thing, and he's like, well, you're supposed to be about the Force and what the Force wants, not all this politics, but became really good.
Mm-hmm.
So they were both kind of this, but they're both outliers, right? They're both, none of them were like, Mundi or Windu, like these strict political types.
Yeah.
They were radicals.
Mm-hmm.
And then trains Obi-Wan, who falls in love with a freaking, Mandalorian princess, and
Yes.
and then berates his Padawan for having attachments, even though he has way more, just as many attachments probably, goes off script and does his stuff. And then obviously there's Anakin after him. And then Ahsoka would always disobey Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
And she would go off script and do all these. So that whole line, that whole familial
That's
line
what
of
Hu
Jedi.
Yang was talking about.
Yeah. They're radical.
Mm-hmm.
They're chaotic Jedi. And so when there's a meme right now.
They're the Bernies of the Jedi.
They're or you could say the Marjorie Taylor Greens of the Jedi, depending on which one you're talking about. And if you look at the, there's a meme right now that I just saw on Instagram where it says, you have these two guys, I forget what movie it's from, but they're just cracking up, laughing, and it's like Anakin and Obi-Wan watching Ahsoka's apprentice disobey a direct order, because that's all Ahsoka did.
Yeah.
That's all Anakin did.
Yeah.
It's like that's all of them do. They disobey orders. That's what they do. They're unruly wretches, as Thanos would say. So I think that what Filoni was thinking was, this is in line with
everyone else,
with all of her predecessors.
Yeah.
They never obey orders. They always think they're doing the right thing, and usually it works out. But when it doesn't work out, it really doesn't work out.
Yes.
So
Like it creates Darth Vader.
yeah, exactly. So
yes.
but that's her legacy, you know.
And even, well, because then I watched the Clone Wars and the last episode of season 5.
Mm-hmm.
No, not Clone Wars. Rebels. The very
Rebels.
last episode of Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Ezra's like, I can count on you. And Ahsoka said, I can count on you. Right? And then I'm like, no, you cannot count on her. She's going to think with her feelings.
But that's
she
what
has
they all do.
attachments.
They are this is the emotional line of Jedi. They're the attachment Jedi. Which is why the Jedi never liked attachments, and because of that, they ended up getting infants and taking infants away from their parents. That was their answer to attachment. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think Obi-Wan was taken at a little bit older than infant.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Anakin obviously was older than an infant.
Mm-hmm.
And Ahsoka, I think Ahsoka was taken. She was an infant still, at least a toddler. I forget about her age. But Sabine is in her freaking 20s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Luke is also a part of that lineage. Right?
Yeah. Luke doesn't have
and Luke was
attachments 'cause-
was 18.
yeah.
You know, so and he has attachments. He
Well,
has deep attachments. You know.
Yeah, but his uncle and aunt died.
Yeah, but it just didn't turn him dark.
Mm.
But he was still like, when he acted, in the biggest thing was in Empire Strikes Back.
Oh,
Yoda
yeah.
said, you got to stay here and train. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah. He's like, no, I gotta
go
go
save my friends. And that's what he did.
Yeah.
That whole line, that whole family tree is about, and I think it says that that's okay. You
Yeah.
know, that's what do you want people to do? What do you want heroes to do? They're the line of heroes, and when you get a hero, you're gonna get somebody who does what everyone else doesn't, and that's what heroes are made of. The person who just does, you know, the person at your work or in your family who just does what the doctrine says, that's not a hero.
No.
That's
Tony Stark did what everyone didn't. He took the glove and he snapped his hand and
Yeah.
it killed him.
yeah, but he and that was an important scene because even in the first Avengers they did it, but it really wrapped up because what's the one thing that Cap said that hurt him was, you're not the guy to fall on, you know, to take the fall for another teammate.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then in the first Avengers he proved it by going through the hole with the nuke, but this time he did it for the entire universe.
Yeah.
And that's what a hero is, and that's what this line of Jedi is. It's just sometimes it doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So, and 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Only 2 turned dark. 2 out of like what 6? You know, not bad.
2 out of 6.
2 out of 6 ain't bad.
Dooku and Anakin.
This Dooku and Anakin, they're the only ones that turn dark. I mean, that's not.
Yeah, I don't know
pretty
why
bad ratio.
Rey cannot turn dark. That is like just not believable.
Well, she's not even. I mean, she only trained with Luke for a little bit, but I want to consider her part of the family. But even though she took their name,
I know, like, randomly. Oh, yeah, I'm a Skywalker.
but yeah. So, okay, what else?
So what else? Okay, so there's Ezra back
Mm-hmm.
on the main galaxy or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then
The Mortis thing. So I guess what everyone's like, well, what's on this planet, Peridia, right? Everyone's guessing it's Abeloth, which is the 4th Mortis god, if you want to call her that, because there was the father, the daughter, the son. She was
and
the
we
mother.
were looking for the mother.
She's the mother. And then if you read the books, and she was in the books like just became this powerful entity because she started off as human and was serving them. She was like just a normal lady, human lady, but she could keep the brother and sister from fighting because she became like a mom. The father married her, but then she started to age because they were immortal.
Oh,
And
they
she
were
got
gods.
old.
Yeah.
So she went to these 2, you know how they have these force nexus things, you know. There was this one that was dark and one was light. Well, she got greedy and drank out of both of them. Bathed in one,
So I
drank
wanna
out of
be
the other.
both. Dark and light.
Well, because she probably thought I need both because I have a dark and a light child.
Yeah.
Right. And then it just turned her into this crazy, super powerful entity that was like like a planet killer type Thanos,
Mhm.
but even more psycho.
Mhm.
And take Luke and his nephew to beat her. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it was. But that's what they think is there, and that's what's speculated that's there.
Yeah.
And she looked crazy, man. She looked like the big Joker smile, like the smile with all these jagged teeth that go.
I
all
thought
the way.
it was.
Yeah.
Was it? Did they ever name the place where Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Anakin met the three gods?
Mortis.
Oh, that's
Mortis. That's
Oh.
what their place. Yeah.
so that's the planet.
yeah.
Oh, I thought maybe this was Mortis.
No.
but no.
This is Peridea. But the fact that they met, all that stuff happened in the other galaxy,
Mm-hmm.
and then they have the statue of
Yeah.
the three in this galaxy,
Right.
tells you that that's what's going
Maybe
down.
this is the Mortis of this galaxy.
Or maybe the gods are intergalactic, or transgalactic, I should say,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're transgalactic entities. So,
Interesting.
and because the mother ended up getting imprisoned by the father, and in the books she was imprisoned in the maw with a bunch of black holes. But maybe in the live action was just imprisoned in another galaxy on this planet. So, and that's what Ray's looking for.
Ray?
Ray Stevenson,
Oh,
Balin.
I thought you meant Girl Ray.
No, the real Ray. No, I'm joking. I actually don't mind Ray.
Balin.
R-E-A.
Balor.
Balin. Yeah. So,
Ah,
well, I thought it was good. My only criticism really is the fact that they said it's like you don't need to watch or do a lot of research in order to understand what's going on. You kind of do.
yeah, you
You
do.
kind of
You
do.
had to watch all these things.
And it's like, I feel bad for all the people who are just like, what's going on? Because it was a good show.
Yeah.
And then they're just kind of like left out. And it's like, probably why the numbers aren't that great
Yeah.
from what I hear. So, yeah, they probably were just like, I don't know. Some of them don't even know Ahsoka.
Yeah.
They don't even.
Because she's not in any of the movies.
She's in none of the movies.
Her voice is in Last
no one-
Jedi or
but
whatever.
they wouldn't even know whose voice that was. You know what I mean? It's like, they don't know her. They think she's Night Nurse. They don't.
Wrong universe.
I know, but that's where they know her from. They don't. If you're a Disney Plus person, that's the last time you saw her.
No, Night Nurse was Netflix.
But now all those are on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
you
Oh,
know?
yeah, that's right.
And if it's kind of one of those things where if you don't know who the main character is, how are you gonna know where the other character
Yeah.
is? It's like, who's Ezra? You're like, what? That was Ben, better than Ezra. That was and I'm like, why they
Ezra, the ghost from Haunted Mansion?
Yeah.
The
It's
hitchhiking ghost?
Yeah, it's a better reference. Yeah. Yeah, it's like all these things that were so important to these characters, the average viewer had no clue about.
Yeah. Well, not even the average viewer, but viewers who watch every Star Wars movie would not even know.
Yeah, who didn't watch the animated stuff?
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Like you could watch every Rogue One, all that. You could
Yeah.
watch all that and still not know what's going on.
Exactly. Yeah, you needed to be a non-casual fan, and you don't spend $250 million for non-casual fans only.
I guess
just,
it's a Filoni because Filoni did Clone Wars and
No, I get
Rebels.
his motivation. He was like, I'm going to do something that, but how there's a lot of people who are like kind of sick of just the cameo verse where you just put in cameos for the sake of it.
yeah.
This is when you need cameos. This is
Well,
when,
he had Anakin and
Anakin, yeah, but maybe before they left, maybe you have one Luke appearance. Like this is when Luke was needed. Because Luke
yeah.
she could be like, I'm heading, she could have told him like one scene or one episode where she's talking to Luke and then they could debate about how the Jedi were, how the Jedi are now, why she walked away. They could put some of that in there, and then they could talk about their experiences and that one conversation, even if they had to like cut and go to other places and come back to the conversation, it would only be in one episode. He could have tied everything together because he's the only one that knows everything. I mean, it was like with the
Yeah.
original trilogy. He knows his father's history because he did research,
Mm-hmm.
and he was a big researcher.
Mm-hmm.
And and then she could talk about her experiences, and then they could have tied all the movies and she could have brought the animated. He could have brought the movies and tied everything together
Yeah.
to that point. Since he is the one who blew up the last, he's blown up
Death
Death
Star.
Stars. He saw the Emperor die himself.
Yeah.
Tortured by the Emperor. I mean, he saw everybody, and she saw everyone before. So in their discussion, you could just have had them sitting at a table talking, and it would have still
Or just through a
hit
projection.
big numbers
Yeah.
because we already know he's alive in the Mandoverse and doing stuff. He's building a temple, a Jedi temple, and so that's what could have done it. And they could have just called it Luke, and everyone would have just tuned in. Because, like, a lot of
Theory
times,
would have cried.
every time they've used Luke, it was just to get the wow effect.
Yeah,
This
they put him
would
in.
actually be practical.
So the only time him and Ahsoka were together
Was-
was in Book of Boba Fett,
Book of Boba Fett. It's
which
like,
really was like, oh.
yeah.
Well, I guess if they wanted to up the numbers or whatever for Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it was but this was a place where he would actually be needed. But every time you've seen Luke and Disney Plus, he wasn't needed. It was just wow.
Mm-hmm.
Now he was actually needed
Yeah.
because he could actually provide substance to all this, and they could connect everything together.
Yeah, but the Republic is not smart, just like the CIA in our world. So it's kind of like, meh, they're not that smart.
Some people think the CIA is too smart.
I don't know. I think I watch too many movies to know
Yeah.
that they're just.
Yeah, you think the CIA is like in all these
They're just
thrillers
like-
you watch. You're like, they're always messing up. The CIA is
There's
dumb.
just guys in ties that just make the soldiers do all the
Yeah.
work, and they're not
Why
even
they
right
Why they
intelligence.
bugging Ethan Hunt? Like, you think that's the real CIA? Tracy thinks movies are real. So.
Why are they bugging John Krasinski? Just listen to him.
Yeah, he's the smartest guy.
Jack Ryan's the smart CIA.
Oh,
kidding.
man. Tracy's funny. And this is what we get, and she ends up yelling at Captain America. But
Yeah, see, he's government. Just kidding. I don't know if he is. No, he's not.
Well, it's great about the government. At any case, yeah, that was my only criticism. But we've talked about this long enough. It's time to get on to our giveaway. And I usually try to think of something clever for those people to say. And it's kind of hard because there was really no good one-liners in Ahsoka. There was really nothing that was kind of like, nah, that's funny. Or
How about I can count on you?
you want to do that? Oh,
That keeps getting repeated and ignored.
All right, fine. So we have this Ahsoka plush. It's probably a foot tall, I would say. Yeah. Pretty good. Nice.
It's cute.
We have a picture of it. And all you have to do is direct message us via Facebook, Instagram, or info@rope-dropping-knowledge. And for everyone, you get an additional entry. I can count on you.
Yeah.
With a question mark.
I can count on you?
Yeah. I can count on you, right? Because that's kind of how she said it.
Yeah.
So, and this particular giveaway, we usually end these differently than on, we
Than
don't want to
our
end them
other
on the
ones.
same one. So the last day for the November giveaway will be the 25th. We'll end this November 18th.
Okay.
It'll be a week before. All right.
So, yeah, I'll write that down before I forget.
All right. So, yeah, that's been our episode. That's been our Ahsoka recap. And I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.